Hey everyone, thanks for coming to watch another video today. I'm really excited to film this one. This one's going to be a little short but sweet because it's pretty self-explanatory, but I never want to assume that everybody kind of knows this, and some of you have just entered the planner community, so you're kind of wondering what all this lingo is and what all this stuff is about, but I'm hoping to help you with that. So I'm just going to share a couple of tricks about how I pre-plan and about how it works for me. It's nothing too crazy or out of the ordinary. I know a lot of people do it this way, but I thought that I would share. So I wanted to first share with you my calendar section because that is definitely a part of my pre-planning system. I have a printout here of 2017 holidays from So Much Crafting, and she has a blog where she puts these up for free. So that's really awesome of her. This really helps me to plan out my holidays and to see when something big is going to come up as far as a holiday goes, or maybe if my husband is off. This really helps with that. So then I have been using successfully this free insert from the Planner Spot. You can go to her blog and print this out. This really helps for me to see big chunks of time. So for example, my husband was off, in December, and then he went back to work on the 9th of January, but I was able to see this whole week is him being off on vacation. So I can see his summer vacation here, he's a teacher, and then his spring vacation here, and I'm able to just see that at a glance, and I really do like that. There's definitely a lot of yearly calendars that you can get that have the same type of thing, like a pull-out from So Much Crafting and things like that. But I did this because I was having trouble pulling it in and out and seeing it often. That was just me, but I know that's not for everybody. So this is really helping me to just see everything at a glance, and I can see half a year at a time. And I've just used some highlighters to color code these different things. So birthdays, important dates, Juan's vacation, and of course I could add things like doctor's appointments when those become routinely scheduled and things like that, but that goes more into my monthly section. So I want this to be about bigger dates and appointments and things like that. So then of course in my calendar section I have my husband's 2 calendars. This is the end of this year and this is for next year, and that's for me to just glance and see when he's off. It's really helpful when he's off, and also we like to plan different things to do when he's off, so I love knowing his schedule. And then we get to the monthly section. So this is just my January and my February. I have it clipped off here, and I think I have it all the way until June or July. So what I like to do is just take an hour, not even an hour really, just take maybe 30 minutes and get some sticky notes because I love sticky notes. I especially love the small ones back here, where I can just write a couple of things on them, and I like to plan ahead. So let me show you a couple of examples. The reason why I do this is because I do like to use certain stickers, or maybe I have a certain theme going or a certain color. It's not very decorated at all, so that's not a very good example, but I did just order some new like transparent dots and a couple of things like that, so I'm waiting for that to come in. But if you're somebody that likes to decorate their month and doesn't want to do it because they either have a kit that's coming or because they don't know exactly or want to commit to decorating that month yet, this is how I do it. So I go ahead and just start with like the first of the month, and I'll think, okay, what do I have? Do I have anything? I'll go into the holidays and I'll make sure I write those down. Then I'll go here and I'll make sure I write that down. Now, ideally, for future planning, I would have a birthday calendar in here as well, and I do plan on having one, but since I know basically, my immediate family's birthday by heart, I just go ahead and fill those in on my own. So here we have just a couple of sticky notes, and I'll just give you an example here. Only thing I've really written in is my weeks of pregnancy, but I have like classes that I have to take, a movie that I want to see. Of course, Beauty and the Beast is coming out, and if you didn't know, that's my absolute favorite movie, and I love the story. I think it's amazing. So side note, I can't wait to see that movie. Now, if Everly comes before that, I may have to miss it because I'm not going to want to leave her, but that's going to be on my list. So I have when she's due, when my husband's vacation is, I have things like what I want to do for certain weekends, so like setting up Everly's room on these 2 days, and a couple of classes that I have to take. So I have that all on sticky notes there. And March is already coming up, so I can definitely fill this in as soon as I get those stickers in, or however I decide to decorate March. I can definitely do that already. But so I have the same type of thing for April, and when things do start popping up, or whenever I have an appointment that I have to write in, I can just stick it on this guy, or I can add more sticky notes to it. That way I don't feel like I'm behind, like I'm missing anything. As you can see, I already have like April Fool's Day on there, and then Easter on the 16th. So those are just two basic things that I know are happening. But if I go to April, as you can see right here in my calendar section, I don't really have anything important for that month as of yet. So I don't really have to write anything in there. But as we get into May, I do have some more things coming up, such as Mother's Day, my husband's birthday, Memorial Day, so my husband is off. These are things that I want to remember to put into my calendar, and I can, of course, like I said, refer to this major calendar and also to my holiday calendar to fill that stuff in. So I have that in there. Same thing with June, I have a few things there, and then I don't have anything for July. Now, I could plan all the way out till July, but really all I would be planning are things like holidays, vacations, and stuff like that, and that stuff is not too important. But as you can see, March is already completely almost booked up. So as I get closer to these things, I'm going to be adding, you know, more sticky notes, and when I hit May, I may want to start throwing in July, you know, through the rest of the year, just for my peace of mind so I don't miss anything. So that's why I pre-plan in my monthlies, and I do think that it's very helpful. I will say that it helps you to kind of drain your brain, I guess is what I'm trying to say, and not have to worry about what's coming up, or that's what I have to do next month. It's all already there for you, and you don't have to worry about that. So I basically do the same type of thing for my weeklies. So in my monthly, you can see the week of the 20th through the 25th, how many things I actually do have to do. So in order to help myself further, I went ahead and stuck some sticky notes already on this spread. I don't know what sticker kit I'm going to want to use this week at all, and really I'm not going to stress over it too much. So because of that, I don't really want to stress over that, and really if I wanted to really pre-plan, I could go ahead and pre-plan with the sticker kit that I want to use throughout the next couple of weeks here. That's another way to pre-plan. But what I've done is I've taken a couple of sticky notes and I've just written in my appointments or things that I want to remember, things that I for sure want to get done, and that way I have it all ready for me when I'm starting to plan the next week, and I can just kind of map everything out in my head. So that definitely helps with pre-planning. If you do day on a page inserts, you can do the same exact thing. I used to do it all the time. I used to just get a sticky note and just write it there and put it there for that day, and then I would just continue on through the next days. But for the weekly, this is what works for me really well, and I would say that I could probably go further, but as I was looking at my monthly, I was seeing that February gets cut off already here. So once I figure out, you know, once I plan out my March, I'll have everything kind of pre-planned a little bit further, and then I can go into my next week and really pre-plan there. So what this does is, let's say one week you have a really busy week, and to be honest, if I'm being really honest with you, when I have really busy weeks, I tend to not care about decorating. I tend to not care about even really going into my planner if I already have in my head what I need to do. And I'm trying to fix that, where if I have so many things going on, that I at least have these sticky notes on hand so that anything that is important is already there and I don't have to worry about decorating at all. I could really just plan off of this. This is really not a problem for me to plan off of. So as you can see, I like to add things in here like, you know, TV shows. I like to add trash day, and I like to add, you know, how many weeks I'm at. Little fun stickers like that, but really that's not necessary. It's just fun. But if I were to have it next week be super busy, or something were to come up and I could not go in and add any stickers, I'd be totally fine with this. So pre-planning is definitely a must, and I could say the same thing for this. I already have everything kind of mapped out. If for some reason I didn't plan out March and I got super busy. And let's just be honest, it does happen to us. It does happen where sometimes you have your planner sitting on your desk or on your nightstand, and you hadn't opened it for a day or two because you've been super busy. So that's basically my pre-planning method and how I like to pre-plan. It's a bunch of sticky notes because I'm addicted to sticky notes. If you know anything about me, you know that. So that's basically how I pre-plan. It was a short and sweet video just to show you how I do it, and if you feel like you're lacking that in your planner system, or if you're new to the planner community and you're wondering what it means to pre-plan and how I'm supposed to pre-plan, really all you need is a pack of sticky notes and make sure that you have a lot of your dates already mapped out, and just get it all on paper, get it out of your brain, and you're good to go. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it was helpful, and I can't wait to see you in my next one. Happy planning!